Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the first round of the playoffs. We're calling it the play-in round out of our 5 teams. We've got the 4-seeded Pokémon Power and the 5-seeded Houston Ho-Oh. This will be a shorter video this week, seeing as this is the only matchup we have. But before we get started, I want to address something. I want to address one of the battles from last week. Last week, in the first battle, I had one of my worst, if not the worst, performance I've had as the battler since we started doing this league 2 years ago. We're in year 3 right now for everyone's knowledge. So, I just wanted to get out in front of this and say I did not try to lose. I thought I made that pretty clear in the last video, but I wanted to address it again. I was not trying to lose. To be honest, and this will hurt my credibility a little bit, even though Mischievous was on my roster, because I had not used it much this season, I forgot that it had Pain Split. So, the first time I used Pain Split was a genuine surprise. I was like, oh, right. Yeah. Which is funny, actually, because my real-life competitive Mischievous has Pain Split, but I haven't been able to use Mischievous since Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, so it kind of escaped my memory. I do stick by not having Tentacruel in right away, because I wasn't sure if Tentacruel would have enough damage to take out the Mischievous at a couple of those points. And as I explained before, the Skarmory thing was new to me, because at one point when I was younger, I knew Thunder could hit flying Pokemon, but I thought that was something that had changed over the years. Apparently not. You just don't see it very often because people don't use those 2 attacks very often competitively. Not that they're bad attacks, just that people tend to rely more on Thunderbolt because it hits more often. Or something like Brave Bird instead of Fly for damage output. So yeah, I just wanted to get out there and say that I didn't try to throw that battle. In fact, the manager of that team and I are trying to work on figuring out a solution to that issue, whether it be handicapping my team if we end up meeting the championship, or making my team be the computer again, or something. Like, we're trying to hash that out and figure it out. But I just wanted to get out ahead of everything here to start with, that we're still spitballing ideas on how to figure that out. It doesn't really change anything for this week. Like, these are the 4 and 5 seeds no matter what. So we're going to proceed as normal. And now that we've got that long, boring explanation out of the way that did need to be explained, let's see how we do today. Alright, I want to make sure I have these teams in the right spot on my setup here before I make the logos appear. It's a good thing I checked that, because they were in the wrong spots. That would have been interesting. Alright, I'm going to let everybody see the setup this week, since, again, this is the only battle this week. So it's going to be a shorter video, so why not let you see the setup? Alright. We don't need the logos up yet. For this play-in game, we're going to use the Team Rocket setup. For the rest of the playoffs, we're going to use Poke Cup. Which reminds me, we can delete all the teams from last week. Actually, I might keep my team and the Nightmares team, just in case we do have like a rematch or something off camera, because that's another thing that was kind of thrown out there as a possibility. So we'll see. Right now, the important thing is getting this 4-5 matchup done. Alright. Register Pokemon for both sides. For Pokemon Power, we'll do theirs first because I'm actually going to be calling the shots for that team. We want Venusaur. I'm sure they picked Blastoise. Yep, Blastoise. Where are their other Gen 1 Pokemon? Moltres and Electabuzz. Alright, and then they also need Slowking and Tyranitar. Tyranitar is at the bottom of the list. There we go. Alright, now we work on Houston Ho-Oh's team. Which I'm sure also has some ones down here. Let's see. Espeon and Umbreon. Bayleaf. Vaporeon, Charizard, and Articuno. Alright, we've got their teams set up. Let me get the logos on the board here. Alright. I will be representing the Power in today's playoff matchup. We are recording. Good thing to check 6 minutes in after a heartfelt speech. Alright. So the Power are that Venusaur team. And the Ho-Oh is that team. The Semi-Evolution team. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The play-in round. The winner will be moving on to our Final Four. And, we'll have more than one match next week. Alright, I can take the logos off the board now. Judging by our opponent here, Electabuzz is actually pretty good against most of them. If Umbreon's in, we might want to switch so that it doesn't trap us in and whittle us down. But Electabuzz is good against Articuno, Vaporeon, Charizard. It could potentially be good against Espeon if it slows it down. The only thing we really don't want to see is Bayleaf right off the bat, but we can always switch to Venusaur or Moltres. And if it's the Umbreon, we switch to Tyranitar because it's also dark. So yeah, I think we lead Electabuzz and play it from there. But yeah, last week, I don't know what happened in that first battle, because like I was fine in the other 3 battles. I just lost my mind because I forgot Mischievous had Pain Split and just... I hadn't checked any of the calculations that week to see what Mischievous would outspeed, and it decimated. It was 100%, like, it was my bad. It was 100% not thrown, but that was one of the worst battles I've had competitively in a while. If not ever. Well, probably not ever, but it's up there. If I was doing like a top 5 or top 10, it definitely would make the list. Alright, the computer would use light screen here for Blizzard and such. I'm just going to go straight into damage. Alright, pretty good hit. I was hoping for half or just under half. But if you're just going to miss, that's fine by me. Thunder Punch again. Boy, if we got a crit here and got rid of Articuno with no damage. 9 health. Come on, miss. Come on, miss. Alright, we're still going to get the knockout without... taking any damage. Alright, Electabuzz getting us a good start here.
That KO will bring out a new Pokémon.
No, I have a feeling the seeding will probably stay the same. I think if we make any adjustments, the one that seemed the best in my head was... Normally, we do the higher seed gets the option of if I'm in control or not. What I might do is, even though I'm the 1 seed, I might let... If we have... Of course, we have to end up with it this way, but if we end up with my Slashers, the 1 seed, against their Nightmare, the 2 seed. I may let Nightmare get the choice of who's in charge instead of me as a way to make it up to him. That's kind of the option I'm leaning with right now. So, but we'll see. We actually don't want to leave you in for Bayleaf here. Let's go to Moltres.
The trainer's switching Pokemon.
If anything, this should at least switch, force Vaporeon in.
Oh, it's Moltres. It shrouded itself with Safeguard. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow?
Sky Attack, assuming it's the Vaporeon switch.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
And we should have enough health that, at least barring a critical hit, we should survive from Vaporeon.
Oh, it's Vaporeon.
Really, in this matchup, Moltres doesn't do a whole lot except for
Building up.
fighting Bayleaf and being a neutral fight with Charizard.
How will this new
So,
Pokemon
if we lose it, it's not the end of the world, although we obviously would prefer not to lose it.
Yes, it's a hit.
Good hit. We need to get out of there as soon as possible now, but good hit.
There's the shot. Oh, major damage.
Hey, remember how I said we were okay if there was no critical hit?
Only one hit.
I think the game heard me.
The appearance of the next Pokemon.
Alright, well, guess who's faster than you and will be a super effective hit against you?
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
And if you put Bayleaf in, we at least have a shot to paralyze it. Well, actually, I think they have Safeguard up right now, but same idea.
Pokemon type.
They didn't switch. Alright, free Thunder Punch.
There's the attack. Bullseye. It managed to hang in there.
14 health left. That doesn't really matter if I'm Thunder Punching you.
Ah, it raised its defense. There's a big HP difference between the two combatants. What'll it do? That did little damage.
Alright, Electabuzz cleaning up after Moltres got the job started there.
Down it goes. That KO will
Things do get interesting with the Bayleaf now, though. Like, we're definitely going to need, like, a team effort.
Espion. The safeguard wore off.
I know what to put in against
A
you.
hot battle is unfolding. This Pokemon is switching out.
Espeon, the only thing that I'm really worried about with it is Venusaur's matchup with it.
Oh, it's Tyranitar.
Umbreon isn't really all that scary except for maybe to Slowking.
What's this?
Charizard, we have Blastoise and Tyranitar to fight it. And Electabuzz.
This Pokemon switch
So, yeah, I'm going to Sandstorm thinking that they'll switch. They didn't switch. That surprises me.
Crack that tail whip. There, defense down.
Alright, get that Sandstorm going.
Sandstorm has started blowing. It's going. Sandstorm burst. The white hot
Alright, bite.
continues. What now? The target stat
Yeah, I have a feeling for Bayleaf we're going to need a combination of Sandstorm,
a furious attack. That had to hurt.
we're going to need possibly Disable
Storm Ritz and Tang.
from Slowking to get rid of
They're both hanging tough.
the Synthesis. Although the Synthesis wouldn't be as good in the Sandstorm anyway.
There's the
The
attack.
Paralysis would be nice.
Ah, that didn't do much.
Like, we're gonna probably have to Mud Slap it once or twice. Like, we're gonna have to do some things, but it is possible as a team effort. Meanwhile, Tyranitar taking out Espeon, who, coming into this, was a possible MVP candidate.
Distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side.
Yeah, Bayleaf's the wild card here. It's the one Pokemon that can, like, turn things around still.
It's going. Sandstorm burst. These Pokemon are equally fit. There's plenty of fight left in both of them.
Mud Slap. I know it's ineffective, but we're trying to get it to miss some attacks.
It shrouded itself with Safeguard. What'll it do? Oh, that was weak. Accuracy is down. The Sandstorm rips and tears.
Because we can potentially have it go head-to-head with Venusaur if it's likely to miss some. Come on, no crits. I mean, Razor Leaf has a high chance to crit. I was just hoping still. Alright, bite.
How's that? The hit glanced right off.
Alright, alright.
Sandstorm finally quieted.
I'm going to take a chance and hope on it going for Synthesis here.
Visibility has
It did not. Alright, well, there goes Tyranitar.
Razor Leaf flurry.
Unless we're lucky. Back-to-back critical hits is not what I would define as lucky. Alright, still though, good job, Tyranitar. Bayleaf's halfway gone. I don't think we have anything that outspeeds Bayleaf at this point. Electabuzz could try to slow it down. But it would be... Well, I guess we do have Blastoise for the Charizard and Slowking. Let's go Electabuzz and see if we can get some paralysis on this thing.
The Pokémon emerges from its Pokéball.
If we could slow it down, that could
Battle is
open up the door for like Slowking or Venusaur.
What now? That didn't do
No paralysis there. That's one of its 5 synthesis.
It restored its HP. Neither combatant is showing signs of fatigue.
Thunder Punch until we hopefully get a paralysis.
What's next? Hit the weak spot.
Critical hit works.
There's the attack.
I don't know the exact numbers. Oh, they got. Of course, they get the paralysis. Thunder Punch is 20 or 30%. All right, did have Safeguard up. My bad there, so couldn't be paralyzed anyway. But still think we were doing the right move. We could maybe paralyze it this turn. That'd be nice.
Restored its HP.
That's 2 synthesis gone, by the way.
What'll it do? Critical hit.
Back-to-back critical hits. The game's trying to throw us a bone here.
Continues.
Be nice if we got that paralysis, though.
It
All right, that's
restored
3.
its HP.
It's only got 2 more times it can do that. That's going to safeguard this turn, isn't it?
Hanging tough.
Now that's a full health. Let's see, special.
Okay.
I'm going to go light screen. It did not. Okay.
How's that?
No safeguard.
A light hit.
Still going to try the light screen to help the other Pokemon out with Razor Leaf shenanigans.
It's better protected against special attacks. It's a fierce battle. What's this? That was a glancing blow.
Come on, work and paralyze it.
What now? It's not very effective.
Game just didn't want to give it to us. It did not want to give us the paralysis.
The two combatants.
By the way, I love how despite the Mud Slap, it hasn't missed a single attack yet. It's had a bunch of critical hits, but it hasn't missed yet. Wanted to throw that out there.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon.
I mean, I guess it's got to be Venusaur,
They're ready to go.
because the other 2 are water type.
Oh, it's
If we can get around Bayleaf, though, I like our odds against Charizard and even Umbreon. We just got to get around it. I don't think Poison Powder will work in this generation, but we're going to try it because I'm desperate.
It's poison powder. Oh, it's
All right, that's actually really big then. That changes the ball game completely. And they couldn't get the safeguard in time. Oh, that's huge. That's so huge. That completely changes this game. Tackle. Yeah, you better retreat. You're poisoned. All right, is it going to be Charizard?
Oh, it's Charizard.
That's fine.
There's the attack. That did little damage. The
Save
light
Venusaur.
wore off. How will this newly switched out Pokemon
Let's see, Blastoise, if it had to fight Umbreon, is okay. Slowking. Let's go Slow King here.
Prepare for battle.
Slow King's more expendable out of the two.
Pokeball.
That poison could be really big, though, later on.
Oh, it's Slow King. What will it do? A light hit.
Boy, they sure are getting a lot of critical hits this game. Then again, we had, what, 2 or 3 with Electabuzz? Water Gun. You're going to switch. I should have gone Psychic, but at least now we know the pattern. I hope it's Bayleaf. That'd be awesome.
Oh, it's Umbreon.
Not fabulous for us, but not as bad as it could be.
That was a glancing blow. How will this Pokemon
Let's get Venusaur in there. We'll go Poison Powder, and that way, even if they go to Charizard, it'll be on a counter as well.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. Mean look.
Alright, that only works while Umbreon's on the field, though, so if you run away to Charizard, I can retreat.
The safeguard wore off.
Perfect timing for us to use Poison Powder.
Pokemon fair. This Pokemon
Come on, let it be Charizard so we can poison it.
This Pokemon is back for another go. What's this?
Come on, Poison Powder, work.
Oh, it's been poisoned.
Alright,
What impact will this Pokemon switch have?
go again, Slow King.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. What now? It's not very effective. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Water Gun and hurt the Umbreon.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
At this point, it's just chip away until we can get rid of something.
What's next? That did little damage.
Alright, you're going to go for Mean Look again.
Newly switched out
We'll try
Pokemon.
Blastoise.
The trainer switching Pokemon. Oh, it's Blastoise. There's the attack. A light tap.
Alright, went straight for the attack that time. Hydro Pump, whatever ends up being in there. It's staying in, that's fine. Please hit it.
What will it do? A light hit.
Oh boy, we're going to need at least 2 more.
How's that?
Okay.
Oh no, that Pokemon can't be switched. The heated action continues.
Please hit it again.
What's this? That was a glancing blow.
Alright, if we can get lucky enough to land a 3rd Hydro Pump, Umbreon will be out of the picture. And this is where it's going to get difficult to land that 3rd Hydro Pump.
Yes, it's working. They're both hanging tough.
Mud Slap.
Remain.
Save the Hydro Pump for Charizard.
What now? The hit glanced right off. What's next? That did little damage.
Also, that'll make it so Quick Attack can maybe miss.
Wow, that's changed.
Alright, so I was hoping Mud Slap would have done a little bit more instead of like 12.
The other one looks
So I guess we go Hydro Pump and hope for the best.
Hydro Pump.
Alright, we got it to hit despite the accuracy drop. Okay. It's going to be Charizard or Bayleaf, one or the other.
Now,
We can substitute accordingly.
the Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. Oh, it's poison. Will it be okay? They're ready to go.
Switch back and forth between Venusaur and
Turning to
Slow King now until Poison takes one of the 2 out.
the Pokemon appears with a cry.
Giga Drain.
Tab on the battle.
Giga Drain, just whatever's in there.
What'll it do? That didn't do much.
As I say, it's not going to do much, but it'll replenish the health that we did lose. That's number 4 for Synthesis.
It restored its HP. The heated action continues.
It gets one more Synthesis, and after that, Poison will eventually whittle it down.
How's that? That was a glancing
Which is
blow.
why we're not using all of our Giga Drain right away.
It shrouded itself with safeguard.
Wasted turn. Both your Pokemon are already poisoned.
The white-hot battle continues. What's this? The hit glanced right off.
Alright. There's the last Synthesis. So now it's just a matter of playing the waiting game. Which also means we're free to use our Giga Drain now and do more damage. Gonna switch.
Comes a Pokemon.
That's fine. Charizard's poisoned too. And also does not have a way to recover.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. Oh, it's poison. Will it
There we
be
go.
okay? What's next? Oh, that was weak.
That's alright. We'll put Slowking in to take a hit.
Will this Pokemon switch affect the flow?
And we can just go Psychic instead of Water Gun because we don't have to worry about Umbreon anymore.
Pokemon is switching out. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. What now? That didn't accomplish much.
Alright.
How will this newly
Psychic whatever is in there.
fare?
They're staying in.
There's the attack. A light hit.
There's the poison again. Here comes a Psychic.
Psychic blast. That's it.
Charizard goes down to Slowking.
No straight blast.
Meaning we just got Bayleaf left.
One Pokemon left to come out. This Pokemon is back for another go. It's down to the last Pokemon now. The safeguard wore off.
Put Venusaur back out there because it can't do a whole lot to it.
The trainer's switching Pokemon. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. How's that? Whoop, that missed.
Alright, Razor Leaf missed the start. That works.
What impact will this Pokemon
Giga Drain.
have on the battle?
Oddly enough, will do more damage than Tackle.
It's not very effective.
It doesn't have to be. We're just whittling it down.
Shrouded itself with safeguard. A hot battle is unfolding.
Alright.
This. That did little damage.
Critical hit to speed things up a little bit.
What's next? It's gripped by paralysis.
Alright, we're paralyzed, but poison is still in effect.
Additional damage to an already
So I
difficult
think that even if we
Will the next
don't get our attack off this turn, I think poison wins it for us.
What now? A light hit. Ow! Additional damage.
There it is. The Pokemon Power
There are
will be advancing to the Final Four. This was a 3-0 win. Houston Ho-Oh, last season's defending champions, are out. And the remaining bracket will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So congratulations to the Pokemon Power for the victory. Houston Ho-Oh had actually a pretty good season. I mean, it's a little disappointing from the standpoint of they were the defending champs. But again, everything was so competitive this season. There was only a 3-game difference between first and last. So I still thought they had a pretty good team, even though they just got unlucky in some instances. But congratulations to the Pokemon Power. You will advance. I will update the bracket and be right back with you guys in just a moment with some final statistics for the Ho-Oh and some updated statistics for the power. Alright, we're back, and here's the updated statistics for the Pokemon Power. Tyranitar now leads the pack with 17 games played. It's got an 18 to 15 ratio. Electabuzz did some work today. It's up to 7-13, but it did a good job while it was out there. Moltres didn't get much of a chance today, but that was more because A, I took a risk, and B, they got a critical hit after said risk. So that was more bad luck and my decision-making as opposed to Moltres not being good. Venusaur was just a good wall to stall out Bayleaf with. Blastoise did a good job. Slowking did a good job. But very good job by the Power this week. Final totals for the Houston Ho-Oh on the season. Bayleaf leads the charge in games played with 14. It had 11 knockouts, 12 feints. Articuno and Espeon both had 12 games played. Articuno had an 8-10 ratio. Espeon had a 14-10. Suicune and Umbreon both played 10 games. Suicune 5-10. Umbreon 2-10. Vaporeon played 9 games and had 9 knockouts to 7 feints. 3 Pokemon had 7 games they played in this season. Zapdos, Raikou, and Charizard. Zapdos was 3-5. Raikou 5-7. Charizard 5-5. Entei played in 6 games. It had 4 knockouts and 6 feints. Jolteon played in 5, in which it had 2 knockouts and 3 feints. Bulbasaur made 2 appearances and had no knockouts, 1 feint. That's where things are heading into the playoffs. Our updated bracket, as you can see, the West Virginia Slashers against the Pokemon Power next week, and the Nightmare After Christmas against My Little Ponyta. 3 of the 4 teams remaining have 9 wins. And the one with 8 is only a game behind. So it's anyone's race at this point. The edge would go to those that have me battling for them, but as we saw last week, all it takes is a hiccup in my thought process, and who knows what the computer can do after that. So that's where we stand right now. I will say for myself, I'm just going to be happy if I even make it to the championship with the Slashers. I've been running this league now for this is the 3rd season. I've never even been in the championship game, let alone have a chance to win it. So honestly, even though I'd be thrilled to win, I would just be happy if I even got to the championship game. We'll see if I'm that lucky. The Power have gotten me in the past. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. Again, sorry for the shorter video this week. We just only had one match for this round. Next week we'll have 2, and then the championship week we'll have the 3rd place game first, the championship game second, and that'll be our season. Another quick update, I am in the works on more videos. I'm just trying to get a bunch filmed at once so I can have a steady release instead of like one week have a video, another week have 2, another week have 3, then back to 1 again. Instead, I'm trying to get to the point where I can have like 2 consistently or 3 consistently. So there are more videos on the way. It's just a work in progress. Which is what happens when you try to do YouTube while also having a full-time job. But anyway, I hope that everybody enjoyed this. I know I have. And mistakes were definitely made last week on my part. We're hoping to move forward from those now as I've addressed those in this video multiple times. So let's just enjoy the Final Four moving forward. And I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.